Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Recipe for Disaster Part 9 quest guide, Freeing Skrach. So for this quest, you're going to want 41 cooking, 20 fire making, big chompy bird hunting done, and RFD Part 1 complete. Both of those pictures on the screen right now are actually links to other guides. You can also check the description for links to those guides as well. Now for items, you're going to want any axe, a few raw chompies, any logs, a tinderbox, pickaxe, a ball of wool, ogre bellows, an iron spit, and an ogre bow with ogre arrows or brutal arrows. I suggest you bring an Amulet of Glory, Folded Pills, Teleport, Energy, and Stamina Potions. You can make an Iron Spit from Iron Bars. The Ogre Bells can be found in Rance's chest, and I suggest bringing more than one Raw Chompy because you can burn it when you're making it later on in this quest, and if you do that, it will piss you off, and you will have to go all the way back to Folded Pills from Karamja. So just get multiple Chompies. We'll talk about this a little bit later. When you're ready to start the quest, go inside the dining room hall and click on Skrach, and you'll start talking. Say, yeah, sure I can get Jubbly Chompy. Can't believe I waited until 198 quest points to do this. That is ridiculous. Anyway. This is actually my Myth Gloves quest. Woo! Might be your Myth Gloves quest, too. So, she says speak to Rance, who's in Folded Pills. Now, like I said, out of good habit, I like talking to the cook. Oh, I bet you I didn't talk to the cook this time. Wow! Just went against my word. Oh, the reason I'm going down here is because I want to make sure I have gloves on. Right? Is that what I'm doing? No, it's not. No, that's a different quest, guys. I'm sorry. That's for the dwarf. I'm getting my quest mixed up. I went down here and got some Folded Pills teleports, just to speed up my process a little bit more. And Folded Pills teleport. So, this is a nice quick way to get down here. All the Chinchompa bots. So make your way up to Rance, and talk to him. Sorry, I was talking to some random guy. I had to do a little cut. Anyway, he says you say you need a free Skrach, you need his help, and talk about Jubblies. Say what's involved. Say what do I get in return, and then say okay, I'll do it. So I want you to go meet him over on the peninsula. Like, you can see this guy doing the Myth Gloves quest. He's a little bit ahead of me. Anyway, talk to Rance over here. Say, I guess this is the watery place. And then a little bit of a cutscene will occur. Look at that brute force. That might be the best cutscene. The most realistic looking one I think I've ever seen on this game. Anyway, use your axe on the old tree, and you'll cut off the roots. Now use it again on the old tree, and you'll carve it into a canoe. And you only need to do it twice. So, now talk to him and say, alright, boat's ready, how do I get Jubbly? And you're going to watch him fire this arrow, this stabby. You're gonna launch that motherfucker all the way to Karamja. Said, okay, use person, go find a stabber. Alright, bitch, if you insist. So the stabber's on Karamja. I would talk to him again, say, okay, now tell me how to get the Jubbly, just to make sure that you're doing all this stuff step by step. Probably don't need to. But I talked to him like multiple times just to make sure that I don't accidentally forget something. And then once you get that little dialogue that pops up, like I said, I'm just paranoid and I always check my stuff like 10 times. So there. If your quest log says that, then you're good to go. Now, I would catch a few Chompies. If you guys don't remember how to catch Chompies, there is an annotation on the screen right now that'll take you to a guide that'll show you how to catch Chompies. Otherwise, make sure you bring at least 2. I know this can be really time consuming, especially if you're trying to catch over here in Folded Pills. In comparison to catching it in whatever it's called, the Castle Wars area, this is really slow. But I promise you, if you get 2 raw Chompies, or maybe even 3, your life will just be considerably nicer if you burn one, because you'll have 2. So, anyway, once you have a couple raw Chompies, teleport to Karamja or Brimhaven, and make sure you have your iron bar, or your iron spit that you've made from your iron bar with you. You're also going to want logs and a tinderbox. So make your way all the way over to the Karamja beach. It'll be on, what is that? The west side of the beach? Yeah. So you'll see a little palm tree with an arrow sticking out of it. Just follow the coast until you find it. Now, use your iron spit on a raw chompy. And make a fire. Tinderbox on logs works pretty well for making fires. Now use your skewered chompy, and if you cook it, a cutscene will start. If you burn it, just try it again with the other chompy. Anyway, they come on over. They'll ask if you want to lift, just talk to them again. Say yes. I would love to get a ride back. And you'll be back in Felda Pills. So once you get back, talk to Rance. Say, alright, how do I get Jubbly? Alright. He says, get the Fatsy Toad. Like I said, I like talking to him twice just to make sure. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill up your Ogre Bellows. And you're going to want to catch a toad like normal. And then use your Ogre Bellows on the toad again. But make sure you have a rock and a ball of wool in your inventory when you do so. So let's go get that toad first. Use your Ogre Bellows on, not the dead tree, but the swamp bubbles even. And then once you have them full, use it on a swamp toad. Now make your way back over to where Rance's house is, I guess you want to call it. And a little bit to the northeast of his house, he has like a rocky area up here. Use your pickaxe that you brought and mine one rock. Now with the rock in your inventory, the ball of wool in your inventory, and the toad in your inventory, use your Ogre Bellow on the toad. And you'll fill it with gas. And it'll automatically put the rock and the ball of wool on there. So now drop it and wait for the Jubbly to spawn. If the Jubbly does not spawn, I believe you get your rock and your string back. You'll just have to go and get the toad again. Anyway, just wait. I'm using brutal ogre arrows, by the way, guys, so my shit's strong as fuck. That's just from the Zogre quest. You can use regular ogre arrows. It only has like, what, 20 health? I don't know, I don't use OS Buddy. Maybe 22 health, or something. Anyway, once it dies, just walk over and pluck it just like you would a Chompy. And you'll get the Jubbly. Now, it is possible to burn the Jubbly, so if that happens, bad luck, try again. But you're going to want to cook it on Rance's spit roast. And boom. Now you can accidentally eat it too, don't eat it. Be very careful how you click it. Make your way back to Lumberzone, the quest is done. Or at least this sub-quest is. And if you're like me, this was the last thing you needed for Mithril Gloves, and you finally got your Mithril Gloves. Woo! So like I said, be careful, don't eat it. Make your way over here, go through the dining hall again, and all the way at the head of the table. Use the cooked Jubbly on the boy. Boom, quest complete. Alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know how to show your support by leaving a like and a comment. Also, if you want to see more guides, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But most definitely make sure you drop a like before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.